friends, good morning. Sridhar here once again. Quick update on our visit yesterday, which was day 4. We started off by visiting a couple of waterfalls. Had a pretty good first half of the day, and second half was amazing. We went to the Columbia Icefields glacier ride, and also the skywalk. One of its kind, highly recommended for anybody who comes to this area. Walking on a glacier was a privilege, and also knowing a lot about it was really good. So that was a very rewarding day yesterday. Please do watch the entire video, and please share your comments. Thank you. So we started our day with drive to the Athabasca Falls, which is around 20-minute ride from our Sanmukta Lodge. Again, this is one of the must-go attractions on the Icefield Parkway. And as I told in my last video, we did use an app called GuideAlong, which gave us a lot of information. It was very helpful on our drive between Banff and Jasper National Park. So I'll play a few clips of that app called GuideAlong.
Let's take the next turn and visit the Athabasca Falls. The falls are one of the not-to-be-missed highlights on the Icefield Parkway. So let's stop in and take a few pictures. This is where the Athabasca River pours into a narrow canyon cut into a very hard, quartz-rich rock. A thundering spectacle is created. Hopefully there's a lot of water coming down the river from rain or snowmelt high in the mountains. There's a bridge and platforms here for better vantage points. You'll want to take many pictures from different angles, but especially try to capture the falls with the beautiful mountainscape as the backdrop. Turn in at the sign if we haven't already, and come back to the parkway when you've finished your visit.
So after the waterfalls, we started driving towards the Columbia Icefield, which are around 1 hour drive from the waterfalls. On the way we saw the Columbia Skywalk, which we plan to come later part of the day. And that's what you see, that's the Columbia Icefields where we are driving towards to go on to the glacier itself. One of the key attractions of this Canadian Rockies is also the wildlife besides the mountains and the waterfalls. And we were lucky enough to find a black bear after about 3 days of driving around the Columbia Icefields. So we finally were lucky enough to find, and here there is the beautiful black bear which we found on our drive to the Columbia Icefield. So we are here at the Columbia Icefield Visitor Center, and there you can see at distance the Athabasca Glacier. So we have a tour. We board a shuttle from the Visitor Center and go almost halfway to the glacier itself, and then we get transferred onto a special vehicle called Icefield Explorer. So these are the vehicles which with huge tires and low pressure. They take us on top of the glacier itself, and that's one of the biggest attractions what you see in the Columbia Icefield. Yeah, so here we are boarding the Ice Explorer, the special vehicle, which seats about 56 passengers and takes us on to the glacier itself. So moving on, I'll play a few audio clips from the app called GuideAlong, which should provide some more useful information about the glacier itself and some of the very key attractions on the glacier.
As we drive down the road, you'll notice small markers on the side of the road with dates on them. These represent the date when the toe of the glacier was at this point. In the early part of the 19th century, the toe of the Athabasca Glacier was where the Icefield Center currently is located. The glacier then receded over 1.5 kilometers in the past 125 years. Almost all of the glaciers in this area are currently receding. The exception is the Columbia Glacier on the... Well, I bet that was a few degrees colder than we were expecting. The glacier creates its own microclimate. Seeing the edge of the glacier is nice, but if we haven't done it already, taking the tour out to the middle of the glacier is a completely different experience. If you do decide to do the trip onto the glacier, take a water bottle with you and collect some of the water while you're there on the glacier. Some of it might be just snow melt, but some of it might be from 10,000-year-old ice. I've been told it makes a good scotch taste even better. Well, my friends, I don't know what you think, but I think this is one of the most incredible places anywhere. It almost makes it seem like the glaciers around us are becoming routine, as if we just get used to them. If you went up onto the glacier, I hope you collected some glacial water. For another 10 minutes or so, we remain in this high alpine area, and then we slowly decrease our elevation down into the lower lying valleys. One of the great things about the Icefields Parkway is that it does not require driving any difficult or treacherous mountain passes. Even through winter, most of the time the road is well maintained and remains open.
So the next attraction we visited was the Columbia Skywalk. This was part of the package which we purchased, and the only access to the skywalk is through the shuttle. There is no public parking around the skywalk itself. It's a skywalk which is built on top of the Sanvipta River. Basically water flowing from the glacier gets into the Sanvipta River, and from here you can find amazing views, including the view of the Athabasca Glacier. So this was our last attraction for the day, the Icefield Skywalk. So overall a very satisfying day. I hope you liked and enjoyed these videos. Appreciate if you could like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.